Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're here, and it's our race review. Got the iPad out here. Martinsville. What a race. So, of course, this race started on Saturday night. And that was pretty good. Not really much happened that part of the race. Just I think it was 40 laps. Then, of course, the rain came, which we all knew was going to happen. I was really surprised they even got anything in, but they did. And then it was just too big of a storm was coming. It was just like, okay, this is going to take a while to hit the whole night. So they postponed it till 4 o'clock. So I was able to watch it live, which is super cool because I don't work on Sundays. So to have that opportunity to watch it live, super cool. I always like to watch races live. So, we had some good racing, and there was overall just, I think, really good battles throughout the entire field. For most of the racing. Can we see the stages here? So I want to see. Of course, your main contenders pretty much the whole time were your top three here in Stage 1 and Stage 2. Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex. They were there pretty much the entire time. Ryan Blaney winning Stage 1 and 2. And actually Chase Elliott was there in fourth both times as well. So those four drivers were in those top spots in the stage every single time. Same exact order. So, those drivers were basically your top four the entire day. And it was really going between, those drivers who was contending. And, again, it was a lot of just racing around until you got to about 200, 150 to go. That's when things got absolutely wild. We just had crash after crash after crash in turn 1, where it was just seeing cars spinning out. So much contact. It's awesome. Short tracks are so cool. It's just great to see the contact there. I think that, if you want to see overall action, short tracks are the best one. I mean, something's always happening somewhere on the track. You're not getting, mile and a half or everything spread out. There's just consistent action on the entire track. And I love seeing short tracks. So it's good to see that we're going to probably have some more short tracks at some point here, because it's just so good to see that short track racing, whether it's going to be California when that gets redone, whenever that is. Did they push that back a year? Probably. I'd assume that they did. I haven't seen anything official, but when that becomes a short track, the rumors of some of the short tracks coming back, it'd be awesome to see more short tracks, because a race like this is so cool. You just love to see, drivers get mad at each other, cars getting beat up. That's awesome. Of course, we had the massive crash on the back straightaway. It was more like a Talladega crash. 15 cars involved. Big crash. It was Kyle Busch and Chris Buescher. They were side by side, and made a little contact coming out of turn 1 and 2. Went sideways on the back straightaway, and everybody's piled in. It was absolutely insane. Just seeing all those cars pile in, and then it was a big red flag after that to clean up the mess, move the cars, and get the oil off the track and everything. But it was it was a good one. It was just, I was like, this is what we're here for. We get a good contact, cars hitting each other, cars on fire. Like, it was so amazing. Just love to see it. So overall, I think this race was really good, besides Martin Truex winning. I'm not a Martin Truex fan myself. Not really a fan of his whole attitude change that he sort of had since he went and became a good driver. Got into a good team, we should say. He definitely got this ego, this vibe now that he's that top guy, or one of the top drivers. He's like, oh, I'm good. it's a bit obnoxious in my opinion, but you know, surprisingly, no penalties there for Joe Gibbs cars. Typically, that happens. um, but this does, of course, bring the end to new winners of the season. First repeat winner, Martin Truex. They're getting that, so because he won at Phoenix already. So first repeat there. Denny Hamlin, 276 laps led without getting the win. Definitely unfortunate for him there with that happening. His car just was really, really good when it was short runs. So, a lot of those laps were in between cautions. He was able to sort of stay in the front, lead a few laps, and then he got passed by Ryan Blaney, who was the other driver that led a lot, 157. Ryan Blaney had the gun, the wheel tire changing gun, lug nut gun thing. God damn. I could tell it's almost 1 a.m. Yeah, the gun got stuck underneath the car, pulled out of the box. That was a removing equipment from the box, so he had to go back in the field, but he ended up recovering to 11, so that worked out pretty well for him. Of course, he probably would have been up there. I think he already won this race if that didn't happen, because Martin Truex was third all race and he ended up winning, so I think he would have got by Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott was close there. I think he also had a shot to get by Martin Truex, but he couldn't get by Hamlin. It took a long time, and he didn't get by him until like 2 or 3 laps to go. Another solid run from William Byron and Kyle Larson as well. Kyle Larson not really good at Martinsville, so to see him in the top 5 was very, very surprising. Other drivers notable to mention, Kevin Harvick there in 9th. He was able to finish where he started. Not a good run again from the Stewart-Haas cars. They are, as I saw people on Reddit comment, they're doing their best Haas F1 impersonation here. They're really, really pulling that out there. Absolutely terrible this year. It's very, very wild to see. I don't want to say that it's necessarily onto a bad season. Like we were saying that they're terrible already. This race was terrible. A few races have been terrible. I don't want to fully write off the season for them, but it's like a race or two away from me for sure. Seeing how those Stewart-Haas cars did. Cole Custer in 18th. Eric Almirola in 20th. Chase Briscoe in 27th. Briscoe and Almirola were in crashes. Almirola only finished 1 lap down to getting the whole front end ripped off. That's pretty good. But yeah, Kevin Harvick was down 20th for a good portion of the first stage and a half. So see him in 9th was a bit shocking there. Kyle Busch had his crash too. He was in 10th. Good run there. DiBenedetto in 12th. I really didn't pay attention to the end results. I kind of did other stuff. So to see this is pretty good. Bubba Wallace led a few laps there. He ended up finishing 16th. Not bad for him. 23 laps led. I believe that was the 3rd most of any driver. He was up front for a little bit there, I believe, in stage 2. So, good to see him make a little bit of a recovery after what happened at Bristol, getting the flat tire that really put him down. Because, of course, the finishing result from the last race plays very, very heavily into your starting result for the next race. So, or your starting spot. So, you got to make up that ground every race. So, solid there. Somehow Ross Chastain's 17th didn't get taken out this time. I was expecting him to be out by lap 200, so the fact that he's here in the end is very shocking to me. James Davison, someone who we don't ever mention on this channel. I like to meme a lot during the race, so if you watch, if I had commentary during the race for myself, then you would sort of see the memes of some of these drivers in the back of the field when they crash. I'm like, oh man, that's my guy. So James Davison, though, see him in 22nd is pretty good for a small team. So maybe he'll have a decent starting spot in the next race, maybe? Another one, Josh Bilicki in 23rd, Quinn Half 24th, J.J. Yeley in 25th. That's, I mean, for those guys, that's pretty big. Drivers starting in, 30th, 34th. Like, James Davison started 37th. Josh Bilicki 33rd. Quinn Half 29th. J.J. Yeley 28th. Like, to see those drivers not further down than where they started, or, whatever, that's pretty solid. Of course, we had a bunch of drivers that you might have a little further up the list out of it. Michael McDowell, Daniel Suarez, Brad Keselowski, Alex Bowman, Eric Jones. Like, they all didn't have a great finish. Michael McDowell, even. He was expecting to be a little higher up than he was. Ryan Preece had a good run. His car caught on fire. So, some of those there, you might expect to be a little higher up. So, let's take a look here now at the point standings. So, Denny Hamlin is the points leader. So, killing it there with, how many points? 379. He's got a good lead over Martin Truex with 303, so 76 points difference there. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. They changed this app. I don't like it, though. Who's currently out? That's surprising. I guess Eric Almirola is the big surprise for me, down on 28th. That's the one that's really super shocking to me. I think you'll see some of these drivers move up a little bit. But this year's a bit wild. I mean, I'm sure we'll see, again, looking at drivers that haven't won yet this season. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski. Like, I expect those drivers to get wins and put themselves in this. So, come playoffs, I think it's going to be a little bit closer. Again, not having that many repeat winners, 8 races in the season or whatever it is, only 1. Pretty wild, I'd say. So we'll definitely see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Kyle Busch is here in 11th. I think all the drivers in front of him are going to lock in. So if he locks in, you got 4 spots. I mean, we got a bunch of road courses and 2 more super speedway races. So this year is definitely looking a bit wild for sure. Yeah, so that's that. Of course, next week is Richmond. What's this race called? Toyota Owners 400, Richmond. 3 p.m. on Fox. Of course, we'll have a preview of that next Sunday, April 18th. We'll preview that. Cool. Pretty much that's all we got. I would not be surprised if you see Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, or Joey Logano as your driver starting on the pole. But actually, I wouldn't put Logano in that. Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, one of those 2. And they'll hardly be the top 2. I don't see why not. They finished first and third. They're the top 2 in points. They'll definitely be the top 2 starting in that. So, with that, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you guys in the next one.